to the topics, right? So yeah, so first, okay, before me explaining the content, what we are going to do, what is the roadmap and everything, just let me understand how many of you know who is a business analyst. Okay, you must have done some homework before joining this demo or before you thought of getting into BLO, right? So who is a business analyst and what a BA does in a project? Any idea? Does anyone have
Business
any?
analyst is the person. Hi, am I
Hmm.
audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Business analyst, yeah, business analyst is the person who worked as a mediator in between of client and technical guy who is actually developing a software, who is writing a code.
Hmm.
So gathering requirement from the client and compress that requirement in a such a manner
Hmm.
to we can convert that requirement into the software language and
Hmm.
according to client requirement we create such a software and deploy that software uh,
Hmm.
with a clear testing.
Hmm. So, in one line or in a layman explanation, can we say BA is a liaison between client and technical team? You know what is liaison, right? Bridging the gap,
Mm.
right? So, I just have one question here. Okay. So, BA is acting as a liaison between client and IT team. Why not IT team can directly tag to client and get the requirements? Why there is a need of a BA? Coding team can directly talk to the client and get the requirements, right? So if not coding team, at least technical lead can talk to the client and get the requirements. Why there is a need of a BA? And why it is considered as an important role in a project? See, basically what happens. Yes, Dinesh, you want to say something? Okay, maybe by mistake you have raised your hand. Okay. So what I was saying, why not technical team can directly jump in and gather the requirements? Because technical team, okay, their thought process is always on the technical aspects. Okay, they have little less understanding on the business terminology. Okay, so when you go and talk to any of the developers, if you have any of your friends or colleagues, right, they always talk on the technical aspects. Okay, their thought process is always on the technical perspective. Okay, and if you go and talk to client in the technical aspects or technical perspective, client will not understand anything. Okay, client will not understand anything in terms of technical. Client will only understand the business language. Okay, what client will understand? Client will understand only the business language, so that they feel comfortable and they can give us the proper requirements, right? So that is the reason. Mhm. Right, that is the reason technical teams cannot, okay, technical team cannot jump in and gather the requirements because their thought process is always on the technical aspects, and if they don't talk technical to the client, they will not understand. Okay, so that is the reason a business analyst is required for a project. Okay, that is the reason a business analyst is required for a project. Then why business analyst is an important role, right? So the role itself says business analysis, right? What we do, we analyze the business of that particular client. Okay, based on your analysis, what we do, those are the next steps. Okay, then why BA is an important role for a project? Basically, BA is the face of the client, face of the project, because you are the one who will stand first in any project. Okay, if client wants to talk anything on the project terms, right? BA is the first person to be contacted. Project manager comes next. Okay, when it comes to the project related, when it comes to the requirements related, or when it comes to the any kind of project status, BA is the one who will be contacted first. Okay, then goes to the project manager and rest of the people, right? So that is the reason BA is very much important role for any project, as BA is the face of a project. Okay, now what does a BA do in a project? I think you must have done some homework. That is the reason you are here, right? What a BA does in any project, one or two points which you are aware of. Okay.
Understanding the project requirement,
uh,
actual project requirement, to connecting or communicating with the stakeholder, right stakeholder,
uh,
gathering the requirement into such a documentation,
hmm, right, and
and
you
based on
mentioned.
that, create a one flow of the software.
Hmm, hmm, right. So you mentioned one word, right stakeholder. Okay, this is very much important. Okay, so when you are working on a project as a BA, okay, when you're working on a project as a BA, you'll be you'll be you'll be communicating with multiple stakeholders. Okay, we should be able to identify who is the correct stakeholder, who is the right stakeholder we need to talk with. Okay, this is an important activity, right? Then requirements gathering. Okay, this part everyone knows. Then documenting.
Couldn't able to hear you.
Okay, other than this, what a BA does? Other than this, what a BA does in the project? Requirements gathering, identifying the right stakeholders, or documenting the requirements. Right? What else we do? Stakeholder management. I think my keyboard is not working properly. Stakeholder management, requirements management. Okay. What else we do apart from requirements gathering? Requirements management, stakeholder management, reports. Okay. Tracking the project. Okay. Handling the client stakeholder. That is what stakeholder management. Right. So there are a lot of things a BA does in a project apart from the requirements gathering, documenting the requirements. Okay. Prioritizing the requirements. All these are the prime responsibilities of a BA. Okay, apart from this, you'll get to learn a lot of things when you work as a BA, and you'll also work on multiple responsibilities. Okay, so I hope by now you must have got an idea of who is a business analyst and what a BA do in the project. Okay, so now let's get into the topic. Okay, so before that, I just forgot to tell you about me. I think you guys must have seen my LinkedIn profile, which I shared you in the WhatsApp groups, right? So I'm also a certified Scrum Master and certified product manager. Okay, certified product owner and product manager from Scaled Agile, safe certification. Okay, so I hold these two certifications. Okay, now we'll get into the course content. Okay. So my training program is divided into two parts. Okay, one is introduction to BA and one is SDLC. So what we discuss in business analyst introduction. So we'll get to know. Okay, we'll get to know why business analyst role origined. Right before business analyst role got origined, there were IT companies, development was happening, projects were getting successful, but still they have introduced experts at that point of time introduced BA. Right, we'll know why, what is the reason to introduce a BA role. Okay, why, what is the difference that BA brought into the project development or software development life cycle, right? And we'll also see what are the types of companies in the industry, in the IT industry, right? See, first 1 week, I mean to say first 4 to 5 classes, there would be only basic session of explanation, because every one of you are who wants to transform, right, are not, I'm guessing, not from an IT background, okay, or not from a corporate background. Few people may be from a core banking sector, or few people may be for core insurance, right? So they don't know how the corporate industry works, or they might have not an idea of how the IT industry works, right? So to give them an idea, first 1 week we'll discuss on the basics of IT, like how the IT companies work, what would be the IT hierarchy, okay, what will be the hierarchy in the IT, what type of projects we'll have in the IT industry, right? So all those things we learn in the business analyst introduction part, okay? Then comes SDLC, right? In SDLC again, it is divided into two parts. One is waterfall methodology and another is agile. Okay, so in waterfall methodology, we learn how to identify the stakeholders, right? As someone said, we have to identify right stakeholder. How do we do that? Using RACI matrix. Okay, so we will learn how to apply RACI matrix, or how to do this RACI matrix in real time in the project. Okay, and we'll know how to identify the stakeholders, right stakeholder management. Okay, and we'll see what are the types of requirements. Okay, so you cannot, I don't know how many of you are aware, we have two types of requirements, right? One is functional and non-functional. So our non-functional requirements are important for a project, right? We learn everything about the requirements. Basic thing is we should understand what is the requirement first as a BA, which which feature can be transformed into as a requirement, right? All those things we need to understand first before we get into the actual requirements gathering session. Okay, so we learn all those things, and we will also see what are the requirements elicitation techniques, right? So what is an elicitation technique? What is that elicitation technique? Elicitation technique means the technique we use to gather the requirements. Okay, the techniques we use to gather the requirements. There are many techniques, right? There are multiple techniques which we use, which we have, right? We have interview method. Okay, we have brainstorming, document analysis, JAD, which is joint application development. We have reverse engineering. All these techniques we have. So we should be able to identify appropriate technique. Okay, you cannot use brainstorming all the time. We cannot use JAD all the time. Okay, at the same time, we cannot use reverse engineering all the time. We should be able to identify the right technique at right point of time. Okay, so to do this, what we'll do during the training program, we will have the role play activities. Okay, what do you mean by role play activities? Does anyone know what is a role play activity? What is a we'll do, right? See, I will play the role of a client, and you guys will play the role of a business analyst, and you have to gather requirements from me using these different types of illustration techniques based on one example. Okay, so we'll be having that kind of activities also during the training program to give you some real flavor of how real time requirements gathering happens. Okay, so if you attend, I mean, if you are well participated in these requirements gathering role play activities, then you are, you will get most of the practical knowledge how BA works. Okay, so we'll also do that kind of activities in the training program. Not only for requirements gathering, we have other points also where we do these role play activities. I'll just explain in a moment. Okay, so we'll see how the BRD is written, how the FRD is written. Okay, we'll take some real-time examples and we'll try to write the BRD and we'll try to write FRD, right? So how to do requirements traceability matrix. So why requirements traceability matrix is maintained in a project? To track the project or requirements management, right? To manage the requirements. See, you have 100 or 200 of requirements. How you manage those requirements? Using requirements traceability matrix. Okay, so we'll see how to prepare these requirements traceability matrix, right? So we'll see all these things in detail, like with in detail explanation and real time and the examples. Okay, so this is what about waterfall. Any questions until now? Okay, so coming to agile. In agile, what we are going to cover? Okay, so basically agile itself is a methodology, right? Under agile, what we have? Does anyone know? Under agile, what we have? We have different frameworks under agile. Does anyone know? Okay,
Scrum, Kanban.
we have Scrum, we have Kanban, we have XP, which is extreme programming. Okay, then we have TDD, test driven development, future driven development, Crystal. There are few other method frameworks under agile. Okay, but Scrum is the one which is mostly used worldwide. Why? Because it is easy to understand and it is easy to implement. Okay, so we'll also learn about Scrum in this training program. In depth of Scrum is taught in this training program, and we'll also touch base on the other methodologies or other frameworks, right? So we'll not go to the in-depth discussion of Kanban, XP or TDD or FDD. I'll touch base and explain how these are different from Scrum. Okay, so we'll also do that in the Agile. So getting more into detail of Agile, what I'm going to cover. Okay, Scrum principles and values. Okay, how to write the user stories. What is the difference between Scrum and waterfall? How to write the user stories, right? We cannot directly write the user stories. There is a hierarchy which we have to maintain, right? Epic, feature, then comes user story. Okay, user story is said to be completed only when we have acceptance criteria. Okay, this is a major part of writing the user story, acceptance criteria. Okay, so we'll see how to how to derive the epic from the requirements, how to derive the features from epic, and how to derive user stories from the feature. Okay, so this is a hierarchy of a writing and user story. We'll see in detail explanation of this as well, right? And we'll also see Scrum events. What are Scrum events? See, earlier we used to call it as a Scrum ceremonies, but from 2020, Scrum Guide has changed this terminology to Scrum events. Okay, we are no more calling as Scrum ceremonies. So whenever you attend an interview, right, you should not use that Scrum ceremonies terminology, right? To feel that you are updated, you have to use Scrum events. What are Scrum events? What are Scrum events? Daily stand-up meeting. Okay, product backlog grooming. What else we have? Sprint planning, right? Sprint review, sprint retrospective. All these combinedly called as Scrum events. Who is responsible for conducting these Scrum events? It is the responsibility of Scrum Master to conduct these Scrum events. Okay, as a business analyst, we participate in the Scrum events. Okay, according to Scrum Guide, it is a responsibility of business analyst to it is a responsibility of Scrum Master to conduct these Scrum events. As a business analyst, we will participate in the Scrum events. Not only we, I mean developers, tester, product owner, everyone else are the participants. The Scrum Master is the responsible. He or she will drive these sessions. Okay, so sometimes in few of the companies, what happened, there will be no Scrum Master. There will be no Scrum Master. BA will act as a Scrum Master there. Okay, you'll have project manager and you'll have a BA. BA will act as a Scrum Master. So in that case, we should know how to conduct these meetings and what is the duration. I mean, what is the frequency of conducting these meetings? You cannot conduct product to backlog meeting all the time. Okay, there should be some set frequency. weekly twice or weekly thrice or weekly once, right? So we'll see what is the right sequence of right frequency of conducting this Scrum backlog grooming meeting, right? Same with sprint planning. Sprint planning cannot be conducted every week. Okay, there is a set frequency of conducting planning meeting, right? We'll see all those things in the Scrum classes. Okay, so even though it is a responsibility of Scrum Master, but we should also aware. So I'm also going to explain how these events are conducted at what frequency. Okay, then we'll see how to calculate the team's velocity. Basically, this is also activity of a Scrum Master, but we should also have an idea of how to calculate the team's velocity and capacity. Okay, so there is a technique which we will follow to calculate this. I'll explain in detail in the training program, and we'll also see how to do the estimations. What is meant by estimation? In general definition, what is an estimation mean? In general meaning, does anyone of you know what is an estimation?
How much time is required for the task to be performed?
Right, so if I ask you to go from place A to place B, okay, so you'll say it will take 1 hour of time, right? So that time is called estimation. What you're doing there, you are estimating that particular work, or you are estimating that particular travel, measuring, right? You are measuring something, you are measuring the work, or you're measuring the travel distance. That is called estimation, right? So to do this user story estimation, we have two techniques. Okay, one is, these are the popular techniques: planning poker cards and t-shirt size. Okay, so let me show you what is planning poker cards. I'm sure you guys must be aware of this, but let me uh, re-educate you. Okay, right, these are planning poker cards. Okay, so a few of the companies, they give you these cards physically to estimate the stories. You means not you, the team developers and testers. Okay, so if you see this series of numbers, these are not in the right series, right? So basically the series of numbers would be like this, right? 0 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, right? So on, right? So how we are deriving 21? 18 plus 8, 13 plus 8 is 21, right? So this series of numbers is called Fibonacci series numbers, right? This series of numbers is called Fibonacci series numbers. How do we estimate user stories using these numbers? Okay, so we'll see in the detailed explanation in the training program. Okay, how to calculate what represents each number. Okay, what is meant by 3, what is meant by 5, how to determine, right? Everything we'll see in the detailed explanation in the training program, right? So these estimations also will do a role play activity. Okay, because you should know practically how estimations will happen in the team, right? What is the role of a business analyst here while doing the estimation, right? You are not going to do any estimation. Development team and testing team will do the estimation. What is our role in that particular thing, right? We'll see all in the training program. And other technique is t-shirt size. This is simple technique. Okay, t-shirt size is simple technique, but most of the people uses Fibonacci series because this is more effective to measure the work. Okay, how t-shirt size work? This is generally similar to our normal t-shirt size, right? Small, medium, large, or XL, right? So each size will have some numbers, right? This will be of 4 hours. This definition is depends on the company, how much time they have to define for a small. Okay, if they say any user story is taking less than 1 hour, comes under category of small, right? So like that, the definition of this each sizes depends upon the organization. Okay, so we'll see in depth of these parts or these training also, how to use this and how to apply, right, in the training program. Any questions here until now? So basically, this is a course content, what I'm going to explain you, teach you in this training program. Any questions until now? Okay. So next, the tools what I'm going to cover in this program. Okay. First, MS Visio. Why do we use MS Visio? We use MS Visio for flow diagrams, okay, business process diagrams, use case diagrams, okay, swim lane diagrams. For all those things, we use this MS Visio, okay. So MS Visio actually is a paid tool, okay. So what we use is we use some free tool, open tool. Let me show you that. So this is app.diagrams.net, okay. This is a open free tool where we can practice, okay. So you will find all these elements in the MS Visio also, okay. This is similar to MS Visio, so we'll use that for learning and for practicing. Next is Balsamiq. Why what is Balsamiq? So basically Balsamiq is a tool name, okay, but actually it is wireframing tool. The actual topic is wireframing tool, requirements designing, okay. You must have heard, once you gather the requirements, we have to design the requirements. How we design the requirements? We use this wireframing tool. There are many tools in the market. We have Balsamiq, we have Pencil, Axure Pro, okay. So all these are paid tools. Balsamiq is a paid tool, Axure Pro is a paid tool, Pencil is free tool, open source, okay. So this is Pencil. Let me show you that. This is Pencil, okay. You can make the screens, mock-up screens using these all these elements, okay. So this is one of the screen from the previous batch, okay. This is how it looks like, right? You can, this is a simple screen, but you can, you know, put your designs and everything using Pencil. We can do this mock-up screens, right? Using Balsamiq, we can do these kind of screens, okay. Concept is same, how to draw the mock-up diagrams and everything, but tool is different, okay. So this is done using Balsamiq. This is also from previous batch, okay. This is a functional requirement document. In FRD we will put all these mock-up screens and everything, okay. So I'll teach you the concept of how to do the mock-up screens. You can apply the same in any of the tool, okay. And next comes Jira, okay. So Jira, I hope every one of you know what is a Jira. We use Jira for maintaining user stories, and we use Jira for maintaining bugs also, okay, defects and everything. So basically we'll see how to use Jira, how to create the dashboards, how to create the project, right, how to create the user stories, how to link the user stories, okay, and how to extract the reports, burn up chat, burn down chat, right, everything will teach you in the Jira. Then comes SQL. So SQL is also part of this training program, right? You may ask me why SQL is needed. Because I mentioned BA does not require technical knowledge, but why I'm including SQL? Right? You must have that question. Okay. So why I'm including SQL is, see, sometimes what happens when you work in the real-time project, mainly in the banking or insurance project, what, you know, client will ask you to give them some data, okay. So you need to extract it from the backend and give it to them. You can ask your developer and testing team, they will give you the data, but you know, each and every time we should not be dependent on them, right? We should not be dependent on them. We should be self educated. We should be working independently, right? So that is the reason basic SQL is enough, right? I'm not going to, we are not, I'm not going to teach you in depth of SQL, very basic, right? How to write the select query and how to write the joins and extract the data from different tables. That's it, okay. That is more than enough for a BA, okay. So these are the tools which I'm going to cover in this training program. Any questions here on the tools? Okay. So I think I forgot to tell you what is the main skill set of a BA. What are the skills required for a BA? Okay. So the main skill required for a BA is communication. Communication skill. Okay. When I say communication skill, it does not mean that, you know, if you are good enough to talk in English, That is not said to be communication skill. Okay, you should be responding. Okay, you have to respond whenever someone is asking you questions, or if client is asking you questions, you have to respond yes or no, right? So now tell me, any of you have any questions in any of the tool or any of the course content? At least you can message in the chat window. Otherwise, I will conclude that you do not have any questions. Okay, fine. This is the, sorry.
Hi, actually, I joined late.
Hmm.
So can you please explain that the first tool that is start with V?
Visio. This is MS Visio.
Okay.
We use this MS Visio for these things: flow diagrams, business process diagrams, use case diagrams, and swim lane diagrams. Okay, so for all these diagrams, we use MS Visio.
Okay.
Right, I'll tell you what visualization tools. Okay, so okay, I hope you do not have any questions until now. Then what is a visualization tool? Okay, so Dinesh, what is a visualization tool? So basically, where we do use these visualization tools?
Maybe for UML diagrams.
See, what does Dinesh is asking is visualization tools in the sense Tableau or Power BI.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, so these are visualization tools. Okay, for BA, it is not required to learn. These are not mandatory. Okay, these are not mandatory to learn. Where are these tools used is in data analytics. Okay, so when you join a company where you handle lots of data, okay, numerics data, numbers, there you have to use this Tableau or Power BI to represent or to showcase the data in different kind of charts. Okay, we can do that in Excel also, right? But when you're handling large data, you can use Tableau, but which is not required as of now for a business analyst. Okay, so that is what it is about the visualization tool. And in this course training program, it is based only on the pure business analyst skill set, to develop your business analyst skill set. Okay, on the different domains of the projects. Okay, on different domains, I would not say projects, on the different domains, I would be helping you, or I would be teaching you how to apply your skill set in different domains. Okay, so that is what it is. Right, any questions? Product management is an advanced step of BA, right? We'll discuss in some time, Dinesh. I remember that question in the WhatsApp group also. I'll explain the difference between Scrum Master versus BA versus PO or PM. Okay, you'll understand. You'll get your answer. I'll just explain this in couple of minutes. Okay, now let us get back to the PPT. Okay. Someone was asking question. Any question?
Yes, you have mentioned domain knowledge, right? So usually there will be banking and healthcare kind of things, right? Will you be explaining any, uh, how to practically frame up a project, like that kind of things in that domains?
See, I said I will explain you how to apply BA skill set in different domains. Okay, so domain is not included in this program. Okay, because see, domain knowledge is something which we have to gain in personal. Okay, so if I teach you, see, example, I work for insurance domain. Okay, my total 18 years experience is in insurance domain. Still, if I change my company, again that company will teach me the insurance domain. Okay, again that company will teach me the product, right? So domain is not constant. Domain which we have to keep learning, okay, through the different sources. Google, you can talk to your senior people, you can talk to the people who works in that domain, right? So domain is not constant. So basically domain teaching is not part of this program, but I will teach you how to apply these skill set in various domains. Okay, how you can apply in insurance domain, how you can apply in, see, skill set is something which you can apply in any of the domains. Okay, best example, if we know how to eat, we can eat anything, right? We can eat rice, we can eat noodles, we can eat any of the item, but the main thing is you should know how to eat, that's it, right? So similarly, if you are aware of the entire BS skill set, you can apply it anywhere in any of the domains. Okay, did I answer your question?
Yeah, but while giving
Hmm.
interviews or such kind of things,
Yes.
if before getting in,
Hmm.
in early stages of our experience years, we
Hmm.
have to, suppose if someone asked, uh, explain a project of
Hmm.
finance, or else what are the things you came across while delivering this
Hmm.
project.
Hmm.
We should be able to
Correct.
use some of the keywords present in that kind of domains, right? That is
Correct.
where the domain knowledge helps us. I
Correct.
know the things you are explaining, like Jira, SQL,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, putting them into practicality
Hmm.
uh, is different from theory, right? That's
Hmm.
what I'm expecting.
Right. See
So,
what, I'll
how?
answer that. See, okay. So whatever the technical knowledge you want from a BA perspective, you will get it from the training program on the BA skill set. Coming on the domain side, okay, let's say if you are applying for a finance or insurance domain, let's say banking, if you are applying for banking jobs, okay. So what I do, I'll give you some practicing case studies, you can say, on the banking domain, okay, which has some terminologies which you can use in the interviews also, okay. And I'll explain you how to explain that project in the interview. You are getting my point,
Yeah.
right? Right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that is the reason. See, batch size is very limited. Okay, I won't take 10, 15 or 20 in a batch. My batch would be limited to very 10 to 12, so that I can concentrate on everyone. If I take 20 people in a batch, I cannot guide them individual, right? How you have to explain in a project, right? So based based on that, I take the limited batch, and that would enough for me to, I would have enough time also to, to spend time with each of you, in explaining the project or whatever it is. Okay,
Yeah.
that
Sure,
is
sure.
one point.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, that is one point. And yeah, coming to this presentation. So we have seen the tools and the course content. Now we'll see the roadmap. How this 1 month of training program is segregated in 4 weeks. Okay, so the duration of course would be close to 26 to 30 days. This is how it is segregated. Okay, first 1 week, as I mentioned, we'll see the basics. Week 2, we'll slowly get into the BA topics like stakeholder analysis and requirements designing and everything. In third week, we'll learn about SDLC, and in fourth week, we'll start Scrum, Agile. Once you are done, see each and everything, you'll get a case study. Okay, so if you are doing stakeholder analysis today, I mean, if you are I'm explaining stakeholder analysis today, you'll get a case study on this particular topic. Okay, if I'm teaching you risk analysis, how to maintain the risk register, you'll get a case study on that particular topic. Okay, so you'll get all these case studies, RACI case study or risk analysis. Okay, so you will be getting practical knowledge of each and every topic which I'm going to teach you. Okay, and collectively at the end of the training, you'll get a project where you have to apply all the things what you have learned. Okay, that is a crucial time, and that is where your commitment is needed. Okay, people will ask me immediately after training, will I get the job? To be frank, immediately after the end of fourth week, you will not get the job. Okay, you have to commit yourself, work on the project. Okay, memorize your resume, memorize your technical terminology what we are using in the program. Then you start applying. Maybe after the fourth week, you can start applying. After fifth week, you may take 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks. If you are committed, if you are really wanted to get into the job, you can start applying after 1 week. It depends upon individual. Okay, 80% is my responsibility. 20%, which is very important, is your responsibility, right? Your commitment is also required to get into the job in the market, right? So that is what it is. Yeah, after 4th week, I'll help you in resume preparation, and I also have a preparation time. Okay, so case study which I told you, and mock interviews. Okay, so each and every individual, when you apply a job, if your interview, after your interview scheduled, I will take a mock interview based on that particular JD. Okay, so you'll be getting some job description when you apply the job, right? So based on that, I'll take the mock interview so that you get some confidence before you go to the actual interview. Okay, and also I'll tell you how to explain your experience, because you guys are not from BA background. Okay, we are just transforming. So I'll tell you how to mix and match your experience, right? Everything I'll tell you in that particular sessions. Got it? So that is about preparation, outcome. Okay, all these are in general topics. Okay, so any questions now? Any questions now? Let me answer this. Okay, Scrum Master, BA, and Product Owner. I hope we all know who is a BA. Okay, by this time we should aware of who is a BA. Okay, Scrum Master. Who is a Scrum Master? How he or she is different from BA. Okay, so basically a Scrum Master is equivalent to project manager. Okay, Scrum Master is a managerial role. As I told, capacity calculation. Okay, if you have 10 developers, if your Scrum team size is 10, how many user stories we have to take into that particular sprint depends upon this capacity. Who will calculate the capacity? Scrum Master will calculate the capacity. Okay, so I'm talking according to the Scrum guide. I'm not talking in according to the companies or the organizations, because each and every organization will have a different roles and responsibility of Scrum Master. Okay, in few organizations, Scrum Master will play as a BA role also. I'm not going into that detail. I'm just explaining according to the Scrum guide. Okay, so Scrum Master is equivalent to project manager, who takes care of the resource allocation, budgeting. Okay, basically at the client management level. Okay, then comes BA. We work with clients. We work with client to gather the requirements. Okay, we work with clients to gather the requirements. Then who is a product owner or product manager? Okay, product manager is on top of product owner, but first we have to become product owner, then subsequently you can grow as a product manager. But holistically, if you see, both responsibilities are same. Okay, what a product manager will do, product owner will do. BA will work on the individual clients. Okay, let me take example. Okay, if there is an organization which is working on insurance domain, insurance product. Okay, what the product owner will do? Product owner will work on enhancing that product level. Okay, at a product level, product owner will enhance. Product owner will not work with the clients. Product owner will work with the different people who are into that particular domain. Okay, product owner has to do a lot of research. Okay, that is where product owner role will come into picture. Okay, if you work, if example, I'm working for a product based company. Okay, product based company. What a product based company will have? Product as a product, and this company will also have clients. Okay, this company will also have clients. So product owner will work on the enhancing that particular product, and business analyst will work on gathering the requirements from clients. Okay, so to become a Scrum Master, to become a product owner, any role, BA is the foundation, because you'll get entire knowledge of all these three things in a business analyst. If you work as a business analyst, down the line you can go as a Scrum Master, down the line you can go as a product owner or project manager. You can choose any of these two things if you work as a BA. Okay, some people tries to directly step into Scrum Master. Okay, that is the I would say that is not the right decision. That is a baddest decision. Okay, If you directly get into Scrum Master role, you do not have any option. You have to stay in that role only. Okay, you cannot go as a BA, you can't go as a product owner. If you work as a BA, you can move as a Scrum Master or you can move as a product owner. Okay, if you want to work as a product owner, first you should know the process, how how the process are, how the things will go in a software development life cycle. Okay, for that you have to work as a BA first. Okay, so this is what it is, Scrum Master versus BA versus PO. Okay, so did I answer your question, Dinesh?
Okay, it's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Others, anyone have any questions? Okay. If not, let me get into the batch start and everything. Okay. Batch details. So as I already mentioned, batch is very limited. So batch is going to start on Jan 8th, which is on coming Monday. So definitely it will start on 8th. Then timings 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. IST. Okay, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. IST. This is going to be around 8:30 p.m. in EST, Eastern Standard Times. Okay, duration, as I mentioned, it is around 26 to 30 days, and classes would be Monday to Friday. Okay, so fee, including all the activities what I mentioned, all the BA, SQL, and other other services, including everything, it is 8,000 INR, Indian rupees. Okay, I think it would come closely to $100. I think I have to check the current rate. Okay, so this is what the batch start and class timings. Okay, and this is my contact number. Hope you guys are already in my WhatsApp group, and this is my email ID. Okay, and one more thing, you will get all the recordings, daily recordings you will get to access. You can access in my portal. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or if you want to discuss anything in personal, you can message me or you can talk to me on this number. I'm available for next couple of hours, and we can talk tomorrow also. Okay, so since batch would start on Monday, so I would be closing the registrations by tomorrow, that is Saturday. If any one of you are interested, then you can ping me and you can register yourself. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer.